This week we are working our way through some observations about Advent and what it is designed to do. So yesterday we looked at this idea that we are shaped by the things that we love and we're shaped by how we spend our time. And during the Middle Ages, there was a concerted effort to have us be shaped by the life of Jesus and walk through all the different aspects of who we are, of who he was and how we are to be like him. So we can spend a lot more time on the church calendar. We're not a high church in that sense. So you talk about high and low churches, and part of that has to do with how liturgical, how formally liturgical a church is, and how close they follow the liturgy or the calendar, the church calendar. And those that are particularly high church, so mainline denominations, Roman Catholic Church. I mean, there is a sequence to all the passages. Worship services, you follow the lectionary, and in every service there will be a reading from the Old Testament and a reading from the Psalms and a reading from the New Testament, the Gospels, and usually the sermon comes out of the Gospels. And it's designed, again, to walk you, to keep you in the life of Christ and to have you walking through the whole story. And so we're not particularly high church, but we're doing Advent because we want to lean into this, and it's there's just a lot there to focus on. And it's just worth noting, the way we do Christmas right now, it's about family and food and frenetic activity, and it's very counter to the way Advent is done. I mean, the whole idea of food, there's all these special foods that we have, and we're at Christmas parties, and we're whatever. We're eating a lot during the holiday seasons. We go on a diet in January because we ate so much during the holiday season. Well, during Advent, they used to fast during Advent, right? It was the opposite. You were trying to slow down and reflect on who Jesus is and what he had done. So we tend to speed it up. So I want to ask, as you are moving through Advent, how are you navigating this? There's a lot of cultural pressure to do fast and to do frenetic and to do family. Again, there's nothing wrong with family. There's nothing wrong with food. But our Christmas is very much about family, and more than perhaps it should be about food. But it's just worth reflecting on what we have historically been invited into, and that is the marvelous claim that God the Son set aside the glories and honors and rights and privileges that were his. That in the fullness of time, God the Father sent God the Son, and he shows up, and he becomes one of us, and not just one of us, but a slave, and not just a slave, but a slave that goes to his death, and not just death, but death on a cross. We got that magical, powerful, majestic hymn in Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 and following that point to the glory of heaven coming down to be among us, to veiled in flesh, the Godhead. See, Jesus is there for us to see. He walks on earth. And this should cause some disruption and reorientation in our lives. There's much to reflect on with the incarnation. And it runs a little contrary to the happy holidays that so many people are about. Think about that. Have a good day.